Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is the King of Saudi Arabia, custodian of the Two Holy Mosques and the head of the House of Saud. He served as the Deputy Governor and then the Governor of Riyadh for 48 years from 1963 to 2011. He was appointed as Minister of Defense in 2011. He was also named the Crown Prince in 2012 following the death of his brother Nayef bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Salman was crowned as the new King of Saudi Arabia on the 23rd of January 2015 following the death of his half-brother, King Abdullah. Among the most notable events during his reign so far have been Saudi Arabia's military intervention in the Yemeni civil war, the 2015 Mina stampede during the Hajj, and the execution of Nayef al-Nayef and 46 other opponents of the regime on the 2nd of January 2016. Early life. Salman was born on the 31st of December 1935, and is reported to be the 25th son of King Abdulaziz ibn Saud. Salman and his 6 brothers make up what is referred to as the Saud Seven. He was raised in the Murabba Palace. Salman received his early education at the Prince's School in the capital city of Riyadh, a school established by Ibn Saud specifically to provide education for his sons and daughters. He studied religion and modern science. Governor of Riyadh. Salman was first appointed as Deputy Governor of Riyadh Province in 1954 when he was 19 years old and held the post until 1955. He was appointed Governor of Riyadh Province on the 4th of February 1963. His tenure lasted for 48 years from 1963 to 2011. As governor, he contributed to the development of Riyadh from a mid-sized town into a major urban metropolis. He served as an important liaison to attract tourism, capital projects and foreign investment to his country. He favored political and economic relationships with the West. During his governorship, Salman recruited advisors from King Saud University. During Salman's 5 decades as Riyadh governor, he became adept at managing the delicate balance of clerical, tribal, and princely interests that determine Saudi policy. In January 2011, he ordered the arrest of Riyadh beggars who try to take advantage of the generosity of people. All foreign beggars were deported and Saudi beggars were placed in a rehabilitation program by the Ministry of Social Affairs. He was also the chairman of the King Abdulaziz Foundation for Research and Archives, King Abdulaziz Museum, the Prince Salman Center for Disability Research and the Prince Fahd bin Salman Charitable Society for the Care of Kidney Patients. Salman also undertook several foreign tours during his reign. In 1974, he visited Kuwait, Bahrain and Qatar to strengthen Saudi Arabia's relationship with the nations. During his visit to Montreal, Canada, in 1991, he inaugurated a gallery. In 1996, he was received in Élysée Palace in Paris by the then French President Jacques Chirac. The same year he toured Bosnia and Herzegovina to give donations to the Muslim citizens of the country. Being a part of an Asian tour in 1998, Salman visited Pakistan, Japan, and Brunei and China. Under Salman, Riyadh became one of the richest cities in the Middle East and an important place for trade and commerce. There were also infrastructural advances including schools, universities and sports stadiums. About the province, he said, "Every village or town in the Riyadh region is dear to me, and holds a special place in my heart. I witnessed every step taken by the city of Riyadh, and for this reason it is difficult for me to think about being far away from Riyadh." Second in line. On the 5th of November 2011, Salman was appointed second Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, replacing his full brother, the late Crown Prince Sultan, and late Prince Sultan bin Abdulaziz was named as the Governor of the Riyadh Province. Prince Salman was also named as a member of the National Security Council on the same day. It is speculated that his placement in the immediate line of succession occurred due to his qualities. First, he has a conciliatory and diplomatic nature. He headed the family council, called the Descendants Council, that was established by King Fahd in 2000 to solve family matters, reach consensus, and try to avoid any publicly embarrassing behavior of some family members. Second, Salman belongs to the middle generation in the royal family. Therefore, he could develop close ties with both generations socially and culturally. Last, as a result of his long-term governorship, he had developed a network of relationships within Arab and international circles. Salman continued the policy of military intervention in Bahrain to try to crush the Bahrain uprising. In April 2012, Salman visited both the United States and the United Kingdom, where he met with U.S. President Barack Obama and British Prime Minister David Cameron. 2013 saw Saudi military spending climb to $67 billion, overtaking that of the UK, France and Japan to place fourth globally. As defense minister, Salman was head of the military as Saudi Arabia joined the United States and other Arab countries in carrying out airstrikes against the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria in 2014. Crown Prince. On the 18th of June 2012, Salman was appointed as Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia shortly after the death of his brother, Crown Prince Nayef bin Abdulaziz. Prince Salman was also made first Deputy Prime Minister. His nomination as Crown Prince and Deputy Prime Minister was considered by Reuters to be a signal that King Abdullah's cautious reforms were likely to continue. On the other hand, Saudi reformists stated that whilst Prince Salman, in contrast to other Saudi royals, took a more diplomatic approach towards them, he could not be considered a political reformer. They also argued that, like King Abdullah, Salman focused mainly on economic improvement rather than political change. On the 27th of August 2012, the royal court announced that Salman was in charge of state affairs whilst King Abdullah was out of the country. Prince Salman launched a Twitter account on the 23rd of February 2013. In September 2012, Salman was named as the Deputy Chairman of the Military Service Council. He is a strong advocate for philanthropy in poor Muslim nations such as Somalia, Sudan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. King of Saudi Arabia. On the 23rd of January 2015, Salman, aged 79, succeeded as king after his half-brother Abdullah died of pneumonia at the age of 90. The newly appointed king issued a statement which read, "His Highness Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and all members of the family and the nation mourn Custodian of the Two Holy Mosques King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz, who passed away at exactly 1 a.m. this morning." Quote, he appointed Prince Mukran as the Crown Prince. Salman is conservative and holds traditional views with regards to political reforms and social change. After coming to power, Salman reshuffled the cabinet on the 30th of January 2015. Khalid bin Ali bin Abdullah al-Humaydan was made the intelligence chief. Prince Bandar bin Sultan was removed from his post in the Security Council and the advisor to the monarch was also removed, as were the former monarch's sons, Turki as Governor of Riyadh and Mishal as Governor of Mecca. Ali al-Naimi remained the Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, as did Saad al-Faisal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ibrahim al-Asaf as Finance Minister. He also gave a bonus of 2 months' salary to all Saudi state employees and military personnel. including pensioners and students, while also asking citizens to not forget me in your prayers. In February 2015, he received Prince Charles during his 6-day tour in the Middle East. They exchanged cordial talks and reviewed bilateral relations between the countries. In February 2015, estimates that the king's post-coronation giveaway will ultimately cost more than $32 billion. These included grants to professional associations, literary and sports clubs, investments in water and electricity, and bonuses worth 2 months of salary to all government employees, soldiers, pensioners and students on government stipends at home and abroad. Some private companies followed suit with comparable bonuses for the Saudi employees, putting another few $billion into people's pockets. Some of the government spending will come over years, but most will hit the Saudi market this month, including the bonuses. Early reforms. Among the first things the king and his son did were to streamline the government bureaucracy. On the death of King Abdullah, there were as many as 11 government secretariats, and all of these were abolished and reconstituted as only 2. The Council of Political and Security Affairs, headed by Deputy Crown Prince Mohammed bin Nayef, and the Council for Economic and Development Affairs, headed by the Secretary-General of the Royal Court Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who were given free rein to completely reorganize the government and cementing the power of the Saudi faction, to which both princes belong. Yemen military intervention. In March 2015, the king ordered the bombing of Yemen and military intervention against the Shia Houthis forces loyal to former President Ali Abdullah Saleh, who was deposed in the 2011 uprising. He first put together a coalition of 10 Sunni Muslim countries, code-named Operation Decisive Storm. This was the first time the Saudi Air Force had launched airstrikes against another country since the 1990-91 Gulf War. According to Faria al-Muslim, direct war crimes have been committed during the conflict. For example, an IDP camp was hit by a Saudi airstrike. Human Rights Watch wrote that the Saudi-led air campaign had conducted airstrikes in apparent violation of the laws of war. Human rights groups have also criticized Saudi Arabia for the alleged use of cluster bombs against Yemeni civilians. New Crown Prince and new Deputy Crown Prince. In April 2015, King Salman appointed a nephew as new heir presumptive and made his young son second in line to rule, by making Interior Minister Mohammed bin Nayef Crown Prince and Defense Minister Mohammed bin Salman Deputy Crown Prince. King Salman has effectively decided the line of succession for decades to come in the world's top oil exporter. The announcement means the kingship will pass to a new generation for the first time since 1953, when the throne passed from the founder of the dynasty, King Abdulaziz ibn Saud, to the first of 6 of his sons who have held it since. Almost all powers under the king are now concentrated in the hands of the pair, who each chair committees determining all security and economic development issues in Saudi Arabia, and have led Riyadh's month-old campaign of airstrikes in Yemen. In another big shift, Salman replaced veteran Foreign Minister Prince Saud al-Faisal, who had served in the role since October 1975, with the kingdom's Washington ambassador Adel al-Jubeir, the first non-royal to hold the post. Al-Qaeda. Saudi Arabia has emerged as the main group to finance and arm the rebels fighting against the Syrian government. As of 2015, Saudi Arabia is openly backing the Army of Conquest, an umbrella rebel group that reportedly includes an Al-Qaeda-linked al-Nusra Front and another Salafi coalition known as Zahra al-Sham. Human rights. In February 2012, Ali Mohammed Bakir al-Nayef was arrested for participating in and encouraging pro-democracy protests when he was either 16 years old or 17 years old. In May 2014, Ali al-Nayef was sentenced to be crucified, despite the minimum age for execution being 18 when a crime is committed. Ali al-Nayef has reported that he was tortured during his detention. As of the 23rd of September 2015, the sentence awaited ratification by King Salman. In February 2015, a man from Haifa al-Batan was sentenced to death for rejecting Islam. In June 2015, Saudi Arabia's Supreme Court upheld the sentence of 1,000 lashes and 10 years in prison for Raif Badawi, a Saudi Arabian blogger who was imprisoned in 2012 after being charged for insulting Islam. Iran and Syria. U.S. Defense Secretary Ashton Carter met with the king and his Arabian military counterpart, Deputy Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, at Jeddah to answer regional security concerns in the kingdom and the Gulf states over lifting Iranian economic and conventional military sanctions, is the July 14 Vienna Accord outlines. The king has misgivings over the deal since it would increase the regional power of Iran, especially in the proxy conflicts in Syria, Yemen, and elsewhere. In January 2016, Saudi Arabia executed the prominent Saudi Shia cleric Sheikh Nayef. Iran warned that the House of Saud would pay a high price for the execution of Sheikh Nayef by God's will. Panama Papers revelations. King Salman has been implicated in the Panama Papers leaks, with two companies originating in the British Virgin Isles taking mortgages in excess of $34 million to purchase property in central London. His role has not been specified. According to the Telesur, King Salman's net worth is estimated at $17 billion. The Crown Prince Mohammed bin Nayef has also been named in association with the papers. Influence. Salman was often a mediator in settling royal conflicts among the extended Al Saud family, estimated at 4,000 princes. He was a prominent figure of the royal council, which allowed him to select which princes will be delegated which responsibilities of the kingdom. Salman and his family own a media group including Pan-Arab daily Ashaq al-Awsat and al-Iqtisad. Though he owns only 10% of the Saudi Research and Marketing Group, he is often referred by auditors as its owner. He reportedly controls the organization through his son Prince Faisal, who is a former chairman of the concern. The SRMG publishes such daily papers as Arab News, Ashaq al-Awsat and al-Iqtisad through its subsidiary Saudi Research and Publishing Company. In a similar vein, Salman is reported to have some strong alliances with significant journalists. He is said to be close to Al Arabiya TV director and Ashaq al-Awsat journalist Abdulrahman al-Rashid and to Othman al-Omir, who launched and is the owner of the liberal newspaper Elif. King Salman is thought to have connections with the Elif website. Views. In November 2002, in reference to charitable organizations accused of terrorism, Salman stated that he had personally taken part in the activities of such organizations, but added, "I know the assistance goes to doing good, but if there are those who change some work of charity into evil activities, then it is not the kingdom's responsibility, nor its people, which helps its Arab and Muslim brothers around the world." Al Jazeera referred to Salman's views reported in a 2007 U.S. diplomatic cable. Salman said that the pace and extent of reforms depend on social and cultural factors, that for social reasons, not reasons, reforms cannot be imposed by the other will be negative reactions, that changes have to be introduced in a sensitive and timely manner. Quote, According to the cable, he said that democracy should not be imposed in Saudi Arabia, since the country is composed of tribes and regions, and if democracy were imposed, each tribe and region would have its political party. Personal life. Salman bin Abdulaziz has married 3 times. His first wife was Sultana bin Turki Al Saud.He, who died at the age of 71 in late July 2011. She was the daughter of Salman's maternal uncle, Turki bin Ahmed Al Saud.He, who was a former governor of the Azir province. Sultana Al Saud.He supported the Prince Fahd bin Salman Charitable Society for the care of kidney patients and other charitable organizations in the country. His children from this marriage are Prince Fahd, Prince Ahmed, Prince Sultan, Prince Abdulaziz, Prince Faisal and Princess Hafsa. His eldest son, Fahd bin Salman, died of heart failure at the age of 47 in July 2001. His second son, Ahmed bin Salman, died after a heart attack in July 2002 at the age of 43. Sultan bin Salman became the first person of royal blood, the first Arab, and first Muslim to fly in outer space when he flew aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery in June 1985, and is currently the chairman of the Saudi Commission for Tourism and Antiquities. Abdulaziz bin Salman, another son, has been the Deputy Minister of Oil since 1995. Faisal bin Salman is the governor of Medina province. His child from his second marriage with Sarah bint Faisal Al Saud.He is Prince Saud. His children from his third marriage with Fada bint Fala bin Sultan Al Hithaline are Prince Muhammad, Prince Turki, Prince Khalid, Prince Nayef, Prince Bandar and Prince Rakan. Prince Muhammad was his private advisor at the Ministry of Defense and at the Crown Prince Court. Muhammad was appointed the Minister of Defense and head of the Royal Court on his father's accession to the throne in January 2015. Turki bin Salman became the chairman of the Saudi Research and Marketing Group in February 2013, replacing his elder brother Faisal bin Salman. Salman was the closest brother to Crown Prince Sultan, having remained at his side during his constant illness and recovery in New York and Morocco. From 2008 to 2011, Prince Sultan described him as the Prince of Loyalty in a letter sent to him. Salman was also King Fahd's most trusted advisor during his reign. His legal counsel was William Jeffries, Jr., of U.S.-based firm Baker Botts LLP, in a lawsuit filed by families of victims of the 11th of September terrorist attacks from 2002 to 2010. Controversies. According to a report by the Institute of Gulf Affairs, King Salman fathered a child named Abdullah, whose mother was a former slave girl of African origin. Many in the kingdom have come forward with allegations that he had Abdullah murdered in the 1980s in order to avoid the scandal. In August 2010, Salman underwent spinal surgery in the United States and remained out of the kingdom for recovery. He has had 1 stroke and despite physiotherapy, his left arm does not work as well as his right. Salman received the Lifetime Achievement Award of the Al Turath Charity Foundation in the field of urban heritage in 2013. Ancestry.